Yo, 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 yo. Salute, salute. Happy Wednesday. It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another WNBA watch along. It's early. Janelle, I see you first. Maddox, what's up? We got some early hoops, early afternoon hoops here. We already have one game going on. You can see top of the screen. We have the Atlanta Dream taking on the Chicago Sky. Sky it's just reached halftime. Sky getting beat up out there. But they're without Reese and Atkins and some other players. But we're gonna focus on this game. We have the Phoenix Mercury with a 15-6 record taking on the Minnesota Lynx with a 19-4 record. These teams have faced off a couple times already. This is the final matchup of the season, actually. The Lynx lead the series 2-1. I'm still waiting on the starting lineups for the Phoenix Mercury. They haven't officially announced it yet, so I'm waiting on that. Maddox says, who do I have winning this game? I'm leaning Lynx because the Mercury are missing so many key players, so I'm leaning Lynx, but anything can happen. We saw last time. Anything can happen. All right, until they release the lineup, I'll talk about the Minnesota's starting lineup. They're going with their same starting lineup that they've been rocking with. They have Courtney Williams, Kayla McBride, Bridget Carlton, Napheesa Collier, and Alana Smith. Their bench is Jessica Shepard, Natisha Heidemann, Diamond Miller. Oh, I forgot to remove Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas is no longer on the Lynx. Let me fix that. Where is that? Cool. Whoops. Fix that. So Jessica Shepard, Natisha Heidemann, Diamond Miller, Anastasia Olari-Kosu, and Maria Kleondakova. That is the lineup for the Minnesota Lynx, the bench players, that is. No one to report injured besides Carly Samuelson. She's out for the season. So that's the only injury report there. Still waiting on the Lynx. The Mercury to announce theirs. So once they get theirs up, then I'll update it. But I can tell you that Satu is out. Satu Sabli is out injured. Kalia Copper is out injured. Lexi Held is still out injured. And now their point guard, Monique Okoa-Makani, is out injured with a concussion. So they have 4 players out. So I don't know who the starters exactly are, who's going to fill in her spot there at the lead guard. All right, cool. Let me refresh. Let me see if they updated it yet. The game starts in about 7-ish, 8-ish minutes or so. So just waiting on that to get situated. Appreciate everyone who's tuning in on this Wednesday afternoon. I know it's morning. Some places are there on the West Coast. I'm glad you guys are tuned in for some WNBA hoops. I'm thinking about doing the next game after this as well. Still debating it between the Valkyries and the Storm. That's game's happening right after this one at 3 o'clock. So we'll see if time permits. We could take a look at the box score from the game that's at halftime right now between the Dream and the Sky. Score is 41-23. Dream outscored the Sky 23-10 in the first and 18-13 in the second. For Atlanta, they're just missing Ryan Howard. She's out for the rest of the month. Brianna Jones with 5 points and 8 rebounds. You got Ali Shagray with 12 points and 9 from Brittany Griner. Their bench, Naz Hillman, has 5. For Chicago, no one into double figures as of yet. Their leading scorer is Rachel Bannon with 6 points. They're shooting 22% from the field. So it's been a struggle to generate offense for Chicago. They're missing Angel Reese, Ariel Atkins, their 2 top scorers. So, of course, it's going to be a struggle for them to put the ball in the basket. I think they just released the lineups. Let me see. There we go. So they're starting Alyssa Thomas, Sammy Whitcomb, Dewana Bonner gets Westbeld, and Mack. Wow. Okay. So they're officially moving Alyssa Thomas to the lead guard spot. She really does handle the ball a lot. So it's Alyssa Thomas, Sammy Whitcomb, Dewana Bonner gets her first start in her rejoining, I should say, the Phoenix Mercury. There we go. So that's updated now. So I could take Dewana off of the substitutions list. And we should be good to go. All right, cool. So that's it. Alyssa Thomas, Sammy Whitcomb, Dewana Bonner, Catherine Westbeld, and Natasha Mack is the starting lineup for the Phoenix Mercury. The subs are Kiana Williams, who they just re-signed on a 7-day contract, Kit Laxa, and Kalani Brown. So they only have 8 players because they have about 4 players that are injured, as I mentioned. So we'll see who comes out on top. Make sure you fill out the poll. Who do you think is going to win this game between the Lynx and the Mercury? Should be a good one. This game is on League Pass. That's where I'll be watching it. Game is on League Pass. Should switch over my broadcast over it too. Now I was over here watching the Atlanta-Chicago game. All right, so we're good to go in that regard. Yep, starting lineups. Cool. Right, today is a busy day in the W slate today. As you can see, top of the screen, there's 5 games happening today. 1 already in progress, 1 about to start, and we have 3 more throughout the day. This is the last day before the All-Star break, so there's a couple games teams have to play. All-Star festivities begin officially on Friday, where they have the skills challenge and the 3-point competition. And then on Saturday, they have the All-Star game. So it should be interesting. And then they have a break until next Tuesday is when they return to action. So they have about a 5-day break. So Thursday to Tuesday, essentially. Thursday to Monday, however you want to categorize it. Couple days off. I know I was watching some interviews earlier. Jonquel Jones said she's planning for the Liberty, planning to come back after the All-Star break. She said she's going back to her home country, her home island in the Bahamas. She's going to take some of the coaching staff with her and get some training down in the Bahamas during All-Star weekend. Liz, what's going on? Salute. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. I know it's probably early over there. Hope you're doing well. This game is about to start. They started the broadcast already. They're doing a little intro video for the players. It's funny, they still have Alyssa Collier in the video. I guess they haven't taken her out yet. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. So looking at this matchup between these two teams, as I mentioned, the Lynx lead the season series 2-1. They beat the Mercury 74-71 on May 30th. They beat them again on June 3rd, 88-65. And then the game we did on the watch-along about a week ago, when Alyssa Thomas went crazy in the 4th quarter, they come back and beat the Mercury beat the Lynx 79-71. Looking at their recent games here, the Mercury have won 3 of their last 5. They've won 3 in a row, including that win against the Lynx last time. The Minnesota Lynx are on a win-loss sort of up and down sort of scheme. They've won 3 of their last 5, but they win 1 and then they lose another. They never lose 2 games in a row this season. They haven't, I should say, lost 2 games in a row this season. All right. I think the actual TV broadcast is starting now. Yep. So the Lynx were on a 4-game road trip. They went 2-2 on that road trip with losses to the Mercury and the Sky, and then they beat the Sparks and the Sky. Kayla McBride, they're talking about her. She was chosen as an injury replacement for the All-Star game in place of the injured Ryan Howard. Remember last time, Alyssa Thomas scored her career high against the Lynx in the last game against them, 29 points. All right, broadcast has started. I'm just waiting for them to get the game on the road. Salute to everyone who's tuned in. Make sure you leave a like, fill out the poll as well. And we'll see who comes out on top here. Napheesa and Courtney combined for 47 of the Lynx' 91 points in that game against Chicago on Monday. So that's the dynamic duo there. Okay, just waiting on tip out here. Just waiting on tip off. All right, starting line in front of the screen. Hey, cuz, what's going on? Salute, salute. All right, cool. Finally, we're about to get this show on the road, people. About to get this show on the road. Nah, cuz, don't give up. Keep hope alive. Jump ball between Mack and Smith. Ball is up. And Bonner saves it. And the Mercury have possession to start this final matchup of the season, regular season, between these two teams. Westbell with the ball. Up top to Sammy Whitcomb. Right side to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas, Euro stepping through the lane, goes up and doesn't get the basket. Ball goes out of bounds. Ball inbounds by Napheesa. Gets it over to Kayla McBride. McBride crosses half court, gets it to Courtney Williams. Hand off to Bridget Carlton. Carlton comes off the screen. Corner to K-Mac. K-Mac pump fakes in the corner. Drives, goes up for the scoop layup, and good. Kayla McBride gets the home team on the board. Alyssa Thomas. Hand off to Sammy Whitcomb coming off the screen. Wide open for three, and she answers immediately. Sammy Whitcomb. Quick release, knocks down the three. Mercury take the lead, 3-2. Bridget Carlton with the ball against Westbeld. Gets fouled there. Blocking foul called on Westbeld. So ball and play with the Lynx here. Kayla McBride coming off the screen, going like over to Alana Smith. Right side to Bridget. Bridget drives middle of the floor, stops. Fall away jump shot. Misses. Short. Rebound on Mac. Mac over to AT. AT calls out the screen. Picks up her dribble. Nowhere to go. Gets it over to Westbeld. Westbeld picks it up. Gets it back to Thomas. Thomas down to Bonner. Bad pass stolen by Williams. Alana Smith running the floor. Gets the ball tipped from behind by Mack. They steal it right back. Thomas lobs it up to Bonner. Bonner catches it. Reverse layup is up. And good. And Bonner is into the scorebook here. 5-2 Mercury. Napheesa with the ball over to Kayla. Kayla comes off the screen. Kayla, middle of the floor, out to Alana Smith. Down the fee in the post against Alyssa Thomas. Goes across the lane, throws up the floater, and scores. Napheesa on the board here. It's 5-4 Mercury. Oh, quick outlet down to Bonner, and Bonner misses the layup. One of the foul call, doesn't get it. Courtney Williams with the ball. Out to Bridget. Corner to K-Mac. Quick release for three. Oh, K-Mac is back. She's been struggling from three, and she knocks down to three here to give them the lead back. It's 7-5. She's up to 5 points already. Sammy Wickham. Oh, nice little Smitty move. Gets into the lane. Throws it out to Westbell. Westbell for three. Short. Napheesa with the rebound. Gets it over to Courtney. Courtney Williams. Right side to Bridget. Bridget loads up for a three. Misses. Mac with the rebound. AT with the ball. Top of the key here. Hand off to Sammy Wickham. Wickham comes off the screen. Three from the same spot. Different result. She misses this time. Bridget gets the rebound over to Courtney Williams. Crosses half court. Right side of the floor. She picks up her dribble. Gets it to Fee in the post against Alyssa Thomas. Fall away over Thomas. Short. Thomas gets the rebound. Thomas running the floor here. Gets down the lane. And it's a foul called on Napheesa. So Alyssa Thomas going to the line for 2 free throws. Alyssa Thomas was a Western Conference Player of the Week for July 3rd through the 13th. Averaged 17.7 points, 10 rebounds, I think it said, and about 8 or 9 assists. She hits the first free throw. Second free throw is up, and she knocks down both. Tie game at 7. Courtney Williams with the ball. Kiana Williams has checked in for Sammy Whitcomb for the Mercury. Ball over to Kayla McBride, left side of the floor. Guarded by Bonner. Comes off the screen. Left side to Napheesa. Down in the post to Alana Smith. Smith, hand up to Kayla McBride. Now guarded by Natasha Mack with 4 on the clock. She crosses over, goes baseline. Over to Bridget in the corner for 3. Too strong. Rebound to Mack. Gets it over to Over to Alyssa Thomas. Over to Dewana Bonner now. Left side of the floor. Gets the screen. She comes up the screen going right. Into the middle of the floor. Double clutch. And misses badly from the foul line. Rebound by the Lynx. Napheesa handoff to Courtney. Top of the key here. She comes off that screen. Courtney Williams pump fakes. Gets it over to Kayla McBride. Down to Napheesa. Pass was a little off. And it goes out of bounds. Turnover by the Lynx. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Kiana Williams with the rock. Comes off that screen. Hands it to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas tries to go back door to Kat Westbell. It's a steal. Bridget Carlton has the loose ball. Carlton gets it over to Kayla McBride. Finds the rolling Napheesa. Napheesa goes up and she smokes the wide open layup. Got a little scared there by Alyssa Thomas. Thomas down the lane, goes up, reverse layup, misses. Rebound to Alana Smith. Hands it off to Courtney. Now Courtney coming back the other way. Courtney stops at the foul line, drops it off to Alana Smith, gets fouled, and won Alana Smith. And she'll go to the line for 1 free throw to complete the 3-point play. That might have been on Kiana Williams. So Alana Smith averaging 9.5 points and 2.2 blocks per game. She's second in the W in blocks per game. Alana Smith, the Australian, at the line for the 3-point play. Way short. Alyssa Thomas gets the rebound. Alana Smith struggling from the free throw line. She hasn't made one in the last 5 games. Sammy Whitcomb has checked back in, picks up a dribble down to Kalani Brown. Bounce pass goes out of bounds. Jess Shepard checks in. I think Smith goes out. Smith and McBride both go out. Ball in play with the Lynx. So it's Williams, Shepard, Napheesa. Oh, Kayla's still in, so McBride and Bridget. Oh, Shepard on a nice roll from the pass from Courtney Williams. And it's an easy left-hand layup. 11-7. AT with the ball. Hand off to Sammy. Sammy comes off the screen going left. Dribbles back out. Right side to Kiana. Down in the post to Alyssa. She faces up. in the post against McBride. Tries to spin off and they say it's a foul. So we have a timeout on the floor here. At the moment, the Lynx are up 11-7, 4:46 to go in the first quarter. All right, let's take a look at the box score while we have some time here. 11-7 is the score. 11-7 is the score. Phoenix, you have Alyssa Thomas with 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, but she does have 2 turnovers. Kat Westbell with none. 2 for Dewana Bonner in her first start in her return to Phoenix. 3 for Sammy Whitcomb. The bench hasn't scored yet. They are 2 for 8 from the field, Phoenixes, for 25%. They're shooting 33% from 3 on 3 attempts, made both of their free throws. For Minnesota, Bridget Carlton yet to score. You got 2 for Napheesa, 2 for Alana Smith, 5 for K-Mac, none for Courtney Williams. She does have 2 assists. Jess Shepard came in, only person to sub in for the Lynx, and she has 2 points. They're shooting 50% from the field, same 33% from 3. And they have, looking at the turnover battle, they have 2 turnovers. Phoenix has 3. Right, score is 11-7. We're at a timeout now. Remember, this is a camp day game, which is why the game is so early. I think the time is actually probably 12. It's probably noon, a little after noon in Minnesota right now. This is one of the last camp day games. I know we have, I think it's the last one for Minnesota probably. I'm not sure if they have any more camp day games throughout the rest of the season, but we've had some over the past 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, broadcast is coming back on now. Broadcast is coming back on. Salute to everybody here on this Wednesday afternoon for some WNBA hoops. Score is 11-7 in favor of the Lynx. Let's see if okay, ball with the Mercury. Gets it over to Alyssa Thomas as we restart play here. Gets it over to Sammy Whitcomb going to her left. Off balance pass gets deflected and stolen. Courtney Williams with the ball. Picks up her dribble, nowhere to go. Gets it over to Kayla McBride. McBride top of the key here on the left-hand side, guarded by Kit Laxa. Comes off the screen going right. Corner to Bridget Carlton. Carlton pump fakes, gets into the middle of the floor. Fall away jump shot and gets fouled on the shot by Whitcomb. And Bridget Carlton will go to the line for 2 free throws. Well, Bridget Carlton has taken 2 threes, hasn't made any. She's at the line for free throws. She knocks down the first. Second free throw is up and good. So it's 13-7, Lynx on top here. Ball with the Mercury. Kiana Williams with the ball over to Kit Laxa. Laxa with the ball, attacks Bridget. Left side to Sammy. Sammy comes off the screen. Sammy drives left into the paint. Pump fake, step through, throws up the floater and misses. Kayla McBride with the rebound. McBride over to Jess Shepard. Oh, Napheesa gets it at the elbow. A tough shot and it misses. A rebound to Alyssa Thomas. Thomas with the ball. Hand off to Sammy. Sammy goes left. Nobody there. She pump fakes. Oh, throws the ball off Bridget Carlton's face. And it's a turnover. And luckily, it was almost a turnover right back to the Mercury. It gets tagged out of bounds. Ball stays with the Lynx. Ball in play with the Lynx. Handoff to McBride from Shepard. Up top to Kleondakova, who's checked in for Napheesa. Natisha Heidman's also checked in, gets into the paint, throws up the left-hand floater, and misses. Rebound to Kalani Brown. Out to Kit Laxa, who pump fakes, drives left, jump pass to Alyssa Thomas, who takes a elbow shot. Didn't even look like she really tried. And it's a miss. Rebound to the Lynx. Carlton, right side to Heidemann. Heidemann picks up her dribble, gets it over to Carlton. To just Shepard. Shepard attacks left, pump fakes. Jump pass to Kleondakova goes up. And she finishes with the left-hand floater. Mercury struggling to score here. No field goals in the last 5.5 minutes. Sammy Whitcomb step back for three. And she misses badly. Short. Rebound to the Lynx. Bridget Carlton gets it over to Heidemann. Heidemann out to Bridget. Bridget for three. Can she hit one? Nope. Fight for the rebound. Kalani Brown gets it. Ball over to Sammy Whitcomb. Sammy Whitcomb off the floater and gets fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. So they're struggling to put the ball in the basket. Sammy Whitcomb first free throw is up. It's good. Diamond Miller checks in for Bridget Carlton. Sammy Whitcomb, second one is up and good. 15-9 is the score. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. Heidemann brings it up court, right side to Kayla. Back up top to Heidemann. Handoff to Diamond. Over to Kleondakova. Give and go with Diamond. Diamond to Shepard. Shepard in the paint. Dribbles out. Finds a cutting Miller. Miller goes up. Left hand layup is good. Look at the ball movement. I can't even hate. Look at the ball movement. 17-9. Ball in play here. With Kat Westbrook. Goes up. It gets blocked by Kleondakova. Natisha Heidemann on the run. Oh, no. Look to the rolling Shepard. And she scores. And a timeout called by the Mercury. They've only scored 9 points. 19-9 is the score. They have 8 assists on 8 made field goals. They are rolling. 19-9 is the score. RC was good. What up? What up, bro? Hope all is well. The score is 19-9. 19-9 is the score. JP said, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I'm 2 minutes into the first watching League Pass. No, you got to fast forward, bro. We at 141. Empire, salute, salute. Yeah, that score is crazy. 62-29. No Angel Reese, no Ariel Atkins. The Chicago Sky don't have offense. Yeah, RC. Camp day games, they got the kids over here cheering loud. Kids over there cheering loud in the Target Center. Yeah, that Atlanta Dream Chicago game, they have 29 points. And the third quarter is almost over. It's pretty bad out there. Right, ball in play here with the Mercury. 140 to go here in the quarter. Let me slow my clock down a bit. Dewana Bonner with the ball. Entry pass to Natasha Mack. Mack saves it. Pass to the rolling Cat Westbell. Over to Kit Laxa. Pump fake. Relocate. 3 up. Can't get it. Westbeld with the rebound. Over to Sammy Whitcomb. Whitcomb, 10 on the clock. Whitcomb comes off the screen going left. Probes in the paint. Steps through, throws up the floater, and they call a foul. And Sammy Whitcomb will go to the line for 2 more free throws. So Sammy Whitcomb, first free throw is up. She knocks it down. RC said a lot of people's All-Star weekend is destroyed now that Caitlin's groins and thighs are mashed potato. Yeah. Tough. Oh, she misses the second. Rebound to Klyndakova. Yeah, it was a tough one to see yesterday. She just did a simple pass and then grabbed that groin area. It's unfortunate. Over to Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams goes baseline, reverse layup. Oh, rolls off. Jess Shepard with the rebound. The offensive rebound. Heidemann back to Shepard. Shepard, spin move. Oh, fake spin. One leg fall away on Bonner and rolls it in. Ball and players. 21-10. That is the score. 21-10. Mack handoff to Bonner. Bonner with the ball. She drives left over to Whitcomb. Whitcomb crossover left to right out to Bonner. Bonner pump fakes for 3. Bonner back out to Sammy. Left side to Laxa. Laxa steps in for a long 2. Short. Williams with the rebound. Oh, Williams almost loses the ball. Handoff to Shepard. Back to Williams. Over to Klyndakova. Handoff to Heidemann going into the paint. Heidemann out to Williams. They both have pink here. I just noticed that. Williams with the ball. Bounce pass to Shepard. Shepard with 7 on the clock. They call a foul there on the reach-in by West. Was that Westbeld or Laxa? RC said, now I'm taking your girl Sabrina to dethrone Alicia Gray. Hopefully. She's been struggling from 3 this season. She's doing like 30%. So hopefully she can come alive in that 3-point contest. Ball in play with the Lynx. Courtney Williams all the way at half court. 7 on the clock. 6, 5, 4. Courtney Williams pump fakes, gets blocked by Kat Westbeld. Westbeld with 2 seconds. 1 second. Throws it up at the buzzer. Doesn't go. And at the end of 1, the Lynx have a double-digit lead, 21-10 at the end of the first quarter. Phoenix shot 2 for 15 in that quarter. That's tough. Great defense by the Lynx, though. Let's get ready for the second quarter, and then we'll take a look at the box score. Okay, 21-10 is the score at the end of the first. Got Phoenix, Alyssa Thomas with 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Kat Westbeld yet to score. 6 for Sammy Whitcomb with 3 turnovers, 2 for Dewana Bonner. And that's their points there, 6, 2, and 2. They're shooting 14% from the field on 2 of 14 shooting, 20% from 3 on 1 of 5 shooting, and they have 5 turnovers. For Minnesota, you got Bridget Carlton with 2. Got Napheesa with 2. 2 for Alana Smith. 5 for Kayla McBride. Courtney Williams yet to score. Got 6 from Shepard off the bench. 2 for Klyndakova. 2 for Diamond Miller. You got they're shooting 47% from the field on 9 of 19 shooting, 25% from 3 on 4 attempts, and they have 2 turnovers. So that's that at the end of the first. Marcy said, did I get a chance to talk about the new logo yet? Yeah, I talked about it on yesterday's stream. Yeah, I talked about it on yesterday's stream. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Empire said, am I going to the Liberty today? Nah, I'm not going to be there. I have something to do this evening around that time, so I won't be streaming and I won't be at the game. Thankfully, I sold those tickets. I feel bad for whoever bought them. Probably expecting Caitlin to play. They said she's questionable to play today after that groin injury yesterday. While we have some time, let's take a look at the other game that's going on. 74-35. My goodness. 15 for BG. Bree Jones with 14 and 9. Got 14 and 5 with 7 rebounds for Alicia Gray. 7 and 8 for Jordan Canada. 10 for Pow Pow off the bench. Nobody from Chicago's in double figures. They just can't. Rebecca Allen, the closest with 9 off the bench. Tough. That is tough. TJ, what's going on? Salute, salute. That is tough. That score is wild. 74-36 is tough, man. All right, let's get back to the game at hand. It's 21-10. They're coming back to the broadcast now. 21-10. Ball in play here. I think who will have the ball? The Lynx will have the ball to start the second, and we're in play. Diamond Miller gets the ball stolen, but fouled by Kat Westbeld on the rebound. Ten points allowed by the Lynx in that quarter, a season low. Hey, Mom, what's going on? Ball in play with Courtney Williams off the screen. Gets to the midi. Too strong. Fight for the rebound. Tipped up. Kalani Brown has it. Gets it to Whitcomb. Whitcomb, right side of the floor. Drops it down to Westbell. Has the size advantage on Williams. Misses the layup. Sammy Whitcomb tips it, but right to Williams. Williams with the ball. Williams bounce. Oh, terrible pass. Bounces it right out of bounds. RC says she probably won't play today. I could see a scenario where Kaden plays a minute or two in the All-Star game and then checks out. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder what you're going to do about the three-point contest now, though. DeWanna Bonner with the ball. Bonner to Brown, and Brown finishes, gets fouled, and one. So DeWanna Bonner pump fakes, throws it to the rolling Kalani Brown, fights through the contact on the smaller Napheesa Heidemann. They called the foul. She'll go to the line for the three-point play. Napheesa Heidemann. Napheesa Collier and Alana Smith check in. Heidemann, Miller, Shepard all go to the bench. So the starters are back out there for the Lynx, and she completes the three-point play. Kalani Brown, it's 21-13. Purcell, my favorite W team. Oh, my favorite NBA team is Miami Heat. Kayla McBride with the ball. Handoff to Napheesa. Back to Kayla. Kayla gets downhill. Goes for the right-hand scoop. Too strong. Rebound to Brown. Over to Kit Laxa. Laxa picks up her dribble. Over to Brown. Brown, right side to Alyssa Thomas. Handoff to Williams. Williams pulls up for three. Misses. Rebound to Smith. Smith over to Kayla McBride. Bounce pass to Napheesa. Bad pass stolen by Laxa. Gives it to Bonner. Bonner crosses half court. Gets it over to Alyssa Thomas. Fakes the handoff. Shoots a little push shot. Misses. Rebound to Fee. Fee gets it over to Courtney Williams. Right side of the floor. Gets it back to Fee. Right side to Kayla. Kayla comes off that screen going left. Pull up midi. Misses. Alyssa Thomas gets the rebound. They call a foul on Napheesa. Deontay, what's going on? Salute, salute. What's going on? Alyssa Thomas to inbound here. 21-13 is the score. Lynx applying pressure here on the defense. The Mercury are shorthanded, and there's a no call on that play. I don't know what happened. Alyssa Thomas tried to do that swing through move on Fee. They let him go through, but Kiana Williams gets the floater in the paint. Napheesa with the ball. Gets it over to Alana Smith. Smith handoff to Bridget. To Courtney Williams. Gets to her midi wide open, and she gets her first field goal of the game. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. In the post against Fee. Throws it out to Bonner. At the three-point line. Bonner back to Alyssa. Alyssa pump fakes. Tries to get downhill. Back to Bonner. Bonner pump fakes for three. Bonner with 5 on the clock. Bonner spin, turn around, fall away. Tries to draw the foul. Kalani Brown out to Thomas. Thomas one arm push shot from 3 at the buzzer. Doesn't get it. Courtney Williams with the ball. Comes off that screen out to Alana. And they call a foul on DeWanna Bonner. So it is Minnesota ball, 23-15. Mercury outscoring the Lynx 5-2 here in the quarter. They inbounded the Lynx do over to Alana Smith. Hand off to Courtney Williams. Top of the key here. Left side to Fee. Fee tries to drive. Gets cut off. Back to Williams. Williams off the screen from Smith. Back up top to Fee with 5 on the clock. Down to Alana Smith. Catches it. And the Lynx turn it over. Backcourt violation. Shower Reeve calls a timeout. Lynx offense very disrupted here by the Mercury. She calls a timeout. It's 23-15. 6:44 to go in the second quarter. Let's take a look at this box score right quick. So 23-15 is the score. As you can see, low scoring second quarter so far, 5-2. You got Phoenix, Alyssa Thomas with 2 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. You got 6 from Whitcomb, 2 from Bonner, 3 from Brown, and 2 from Williams on the bench. They're still shooting only 19% from the field, 14% from 3. Minnesota, you got Carlton with 2, 2 for Fee, 2 for Smith, 5 for McBride, 2 for Williams. So everybody in the starting lineup has scored. 6 for Jess Shepard, 2 for Klunikova, 2 for Diamond Miller off the bench. So they have 10 points off the bench. They're shooting 43% from the field, 25% from 3. But now they have 4 turnovers. So they have to limit their turnovers as a team. So we're in a timeout right now. Looking at this Atlanta Dream Chicago Sky game, score is 78-38. So it's a 40 point lead? Yikes. Remember, no Angel Reese, no Ariel Atkins. So there are 2 top scorers out for this game due to injury. Which was always going to be an uphill battle for them here. Leading scorers in this game, you got 15 from Brittany Griner to lead all scorers. And then you got 2 players with 14, Brianna Jones and Alicia Gray with 14 apiece. And Empire says Sky need to go on a big run. Even that won't help him. A big run will cut it to 20. Still in a timeout here. Still in a timeout in this Minnesota Phoenix game. Thanks for everybody who's tuning in on this Wednesday afternoon. It is now about 1:30 p.m. here on the East Coast. I know some places on the West and Central time it's a little earlier. Hope you guys are doing well on this Wednesday. Oh, wow. They didn't even give no leeway. Ball back in play with the Mercury. Sammy Whitcomb for 3, and Whitcomb off a nice pin down screen gets wide open for 3 and knocks it down. 23-18. Cuts the lead to 5. It was an 11-point game. Now it's down to 5. Bridget Carlton over to Alana Smith. Hand off to McBride. McBride into the paint. Goes up for the floater and scores. 25-18. Let's see if the offenses start to pick back up now. Sammy Whitcomb heads at the 3-point line. Bounce pass to Thomas. Out to Laxa. Laxa drives by Carlton. Goes up for the layup. Blocking foul. Counts and 1. So a chance to make it a 4-point game here. Kit Laxa on the drive. And gets a blocking foul called on Alana Smith. So Kit Lax at the line for the 3-point play. And it rolls in and out. Ball gets tipped out. The Lynx do have possession, though. 25-20 is the score. And we're under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Courtney Williams with the ball. Comes off this, gets it over to Bridget Carlton, who came off screen. Now to McBride, who comes off the screens. Down to Napheesa in the post. Out to K-Mac. K-Mac, quick release for three. Short. Napheesa chases down the rebound. Can't save it. It goes out of bounds. So Phoenix will have possession. Chance to get this to a single digit possession. Or not single digit. Single game possession. Ball and play. J Smooth, what up? Yeah, getting interesting. Getting interesting here. Game of runs. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Tries to hand it off. Napheesa goes for the jump ball and gets the jump ball on Alyssa Thomas. So jump ball here. So Napheesa versus Alyssa Thomas on the jump ball here. Jump ball is up. Ball gets tipped. Sammy Whitcomb goes off her fingers and out of bounds. Ball goes to the Lynx. They get a ball in play here. Courtney Williams with the ball. So on the floor is Courtney Williams, Napheesa. The clock didn't start, so they have to reset the clock here. So it's a starting lineup on the floor for the Minnesota Lynx. For the Mercury, it's Whitcomb, Mack, Williams, Westbeld, and Thomas. All right, now that they got the clocks situation figured out. Oh, snap. In other news, it looks like Bradley Beal is getting bought out. Sorry, this is NBA news. Bradley Beal agrees to contract buyout with the Suns, will sign a 2-year deal with the Clippers. Wow. That's crazy. The clock is having some issues here in this game, though. I don't know what's going on. Ball in play here with the Lynx. Courtney Williams over to Napheesa. Napheesa, top of the key here. Handoff to Kayla McBride. Over to Courtney. Courtney pulls up for a three. Hey, Courtney Williams knocks down the three. And it's an 8-point game here. 28-20. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball. Tries to sneak a pass and gets stolen there by Napheesa. Napheesa gets it up to Kayla McBride. Kayla over to Alana Smith. Down to Fee. Ooh, Fee had to stretch her arms to get that one. Napheesa bounces off Westbell. Shot is off. Rebound to Thomas. Napheesa 1 of 5. Only 2 points in this game. Over to Kiana Williams on the baseline. She dribbles across. Over to Whitcomb in the corner here. Over to Mack. Mack looking to get it to somebody. Mack drives on Kayla McBride. Goes across the lane and scores. 28-22. Alana Smith dribbles across half court, gets to the Kayla McBride, right side of the floor. Kayla McBride behind the screen for three, and K-Mac for the three on the right wing. Answers right back. 31-22. She's up to 10 points in this game. Williams over to Whitcomb. Whitcomb tries to drive left, gets cut off. Gets the screen from Thomas, feeds it to Thomas. Thomas in the paint, gets blocked, doesn't call it, gets fouled, and won. So Alyssa Thomas, I thought she got blocked, but they called a foul on Napheesa. She gets the shot up, bounces off the rim, and scores. So Napheesa to the bench as well as Alana Smith. That's 3 fouls on Napheesa. Alyssa Thomas for the 3-point play. She misses. Fight for the rebound. Gets to Jess Shepard. So Cleon Nakova and Shepard come in for Smith and Collier for the Lynx. Heidemann comes into the game as well. Heidemann to Courtney Williams. Gets to the midi. Scores. Wide open midi. That's her wheelhouse. Knocks that down. Courtney Williams now. She's into double figures, I think. And a block there by Kliandakova on Alyssa Thomas. Courtney Williams up to 7 points, excuse me. So Alyssa Thomas drove at Kliandakova. She gets the block there. Alyssa Thomas with the ball now. Alyssa Thomas. Hand off to Westbell. Westbell on the drive. Gets poked away by McBride. Williams picks it up for the Mercury. She steps back for three. Halfway down and out. Can't get it to go. They call a foul on the ground by Jess Shepard. Okay, so it's like Collier is not going to be able to score her points, right? It's not looking that way so far. She has 3 fouls, so she's going to be on the bench the rest of this quarter. Because 3 fouls in the first half is a recipe for disaster if you keep the player in. First free throw is up by Kalani Brown. She knocks it down. Second free throw is up and it rattles around and in. Score is 33-26. The Mercury are in the bonus, so if they get fouled the rest of the quarter, they'll be going to the line. Heidemann with the ball, top of the key here. Looking for McBride, who's wide open in the corner. They recover, and they call a foul away from the play on, I don't know who that was on. Oh, it was on Kit Laxa. Lynx was inbound. It's on the sideline. Heidemann with the ball. Heidemann gets a kick ball on the inbound by Bonner, so they'll redo it. Ball in play with Courtney Williams. Williams with the ball over to Shepard, top of the key. Gets it to Kayla McBride coming to the middle of the floor. Oh, good pass to Shepard. And no look pass to Heidemann in the corner was out of bounds. Charles Reeve not happy with that. We have a timeout on the floor. 33-26 with 2:53 to go in the second quarter. Take a look at the box score. 26-33. Home team on top. Mercury outscoring the Lynx 16-12 in this quarter. Alyssa Thomas, 4 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Kat Westbell yet to score, 2 for Mack, 9 for Whitcomb, 2 for Bonner. And then you have 5 for Brown, 2 for Williams, and 2 for Laxa off the bench. They've improved their field goal percentage. They're up to 29%. They're still shooting bad from 3, 22% from 3. For Minnesota, you got Bridget Carlton with 2, 2 for Napheesa, 2 for Alana Smith, 10 for K-Mac, and 7 for Courtney Williams. 6 for Shepard, 2 for Kliandakova with 2 blocks, and 2 for Diamond Miller. As you can see, Napheesa has 3 fouls, which is why she's not going to be in the game at the moment. As a reminder, it is camp day, so all the summer camps from around the Minneapolis area are at this game. So if you're watching on League Pass, you'll hear a lot of kids screaming and stuff. It's because it's camp day. Let me take a look at this Atlanta Dream game, see if the damage got worse. 84-43. It did get, oh no, it's about the same. Same 40-ish point lead. J Provorce, salute in the chat, says it's a rough game for me. I'm a Lynx homer, but a lifetime DT fan, so I got a lot of love for the Mercury. Man, you got the best of both worlds over there. Got a couple championships with the Mercury. Definitely a couple championships with the Lynx. So you living large over there. Salute for you in the chat though. Salute, salute. Yeah, looking at this game is just bad. 84-43, 2:45 to go between the Dream and the Sky. It's pretty much over. Whoever bet the spread, you definitely won. The spread to start that game was Atlanta 9.5-point favorites. They have a 40-point lead, so nobody from Chicago is still in double figures, which is crazy to me. All right, broadcast coming back on now. Thomas gets it in to Laxa. Back to Thomas, who gets it to Williams. Williams crosses half court here. Williams over to Thomas, top of the key here. Gets downhill, attacks Courtney Williams. They don't call a foul. She goes right into Williams. No foul call, but she misses the layup. Rebound to Shepard. Shepard, handoff to Heidemann. Over to Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams off the screen. Courtney Williams into the paint. Midi is short. Fight for the rebound. And it gets stolen. Alyssa Thomas had it, but it's stolen by McBride. Williams over to Heidemann. Heidemann picks it up from her shoelaces for three. Misses. Gets her own rebound. Wide open. Left hand layup is good. Multiple chances at the basket there for the Lynx. Gets them a basket. 35-26. 9-point game here. Thomas tries to get downhill on Klondikova. Thinks better of it. Dribbles back out. Wants some movement here. Hands it off to Bonner. Bonner on the left side. Bonner guarded by McBride. Right to left crossover. Bonner gets into the lane. Goes off balance. Misses. Fight for the rebound. Brown gets it. Alyssa Thomas from the foul line. That little push shot is good. 35-28. Phoenix just hanging around here. Just hanging around. Thomas up to 6 points. Williams off that screen. Gets into the paint. Off balance floater. Misses. Rebound to Brown. Brown gets it over to Thomas. Right side of the floor. Thomas goes in the post on Klondikova. Stops. Picks up a dribble. Corner to Bonner. Bonner for three. And cashes in for three. DeWanna Bonner. 35-31. 4-point game. Courtney Williams off the screen. Finds a rolling Shepard. Shepard goes under the basket here. Nowhere to go. Back up top to Williams. Williams down the lane. Gets blocked by Brown. Williams on the run. It's a 2-on-1 here. Williams touch pass to Bonner. Bonner goes up. And she scored the last 5 here. For the Mercury. It's a 2-point game. A 7-0 run by Phoenix gets it to a 2-point game. Williams over to Shepard. Over to Heidemann. Heidemann top of the key. To K-Mac off the screen. Left side of the floor. Comes off the rescreen here. Kayla McBride on the baseline. Goes reverse layup. Draws the foul on Kalani Brown. So Kayla McBride will go to the line for 2 free throws. So Kayla McBride at the line for 2 free throws. We got 33 seconds to go here in this game. In this quarter. Kayla McBride at the line for the first free throw. Goes through her routine. Knocks in the first. Napheesa Collier dangerously comes back in for the last 33 seconds. She is playing with 3 fouls, so she has to be very careful here. Kayla McBride for the second free throw is up, and she cashes in. So it's a 4-point game. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Alyssa Thomas at half court, guarding Alyssa Thomas tightly. Alyssa Thomas might try to get her with a foul here. Spins off, almost loses the ball. Gets downhill. Spin move, floater is up, misses. Rebound to Napheesa. Shot clock is off, 10 seconds to go. Gets it over to Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams with the ball. Comes off the screen, 5 seconds. Drops it off to Klondikova. Klondikova. Oh, and the ball goes out of bounds. I think the ball goes out of bounds. Yeah, ball went out of bounds. but they're saying there's time left on the clock. There's probably about a second left on the clock here. So they're holding the teams back from going to the locker room. So the referees are at the table to review this. It did look like the ball went out of bounds before the quarter expired. So they're going to review this now. So they're reviewing this play. So the ball was going out of bounds. So 0.8 seconds probably. 0.8 seconds to go, it looks like. They're going to put back on the clock. All right, so the Phoenix Mercury with 0.5 seconds on the clock will inbound. And that's how the quarter expires, finally. So 37-33 is the score at the half. The Lynx up by 4. They had an 11-point lead, but Phoenix turned the tables on them and came down to cut into the deficit. All right, we're going to take a look at the box score and the team stats let me just get this stuff ready for the third quarter. And then we could do that. All right, cool. So let's take a look at it. Roll up. So score 37-33, home team on top. Phoenix got outscored 21-10 in the first quarter. Second quarter, they outscored the Lynx 23-16. Looking at Phoenix, Alyssa Thomas with 6 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. You got Kat Westbeld yet to score. 2 for Natasha Mack with 4 rebounds. 7 for Dewana Bonner. 9 for Sammy Whitcomb. Off the bench, you have Kit Laxa with 2, Kiana Williams with 2, Kalani Brown with 5 points and 8 rebounds off the bench. For Minnesota, you got Bridget Carlton with 2 and 4 rebounds, 3 assists. You got Napheesa with 2, Alana Smith with 2. I forgot to mention Napheesa does have 3 fouls, so 2 points and 3 fouls with 4 rebounds. You got Kayla McBride leading the way with 12, and Courtney Williams with 7 points and 3 rebounds. Off the bench, Jess Shepard with 6, 2 for Heidemann, 2 for Klundakova, and 2 for Miller. The Minnesota Lynx are shooting 44% from the field, 37% from 3, and they have 6 turnovers as a team. For the Mercury, they're shooting 33% from the field, 30% from 3, 72% from the line on 11 attempts. They have 7 turnovers as a team and 10 assists. Tudo, what up? What up, Tudo? Salute, salute. So that is the score at the half, 37-33. I forgot to start my halftime timer. Let me get that started up. We probably got about 14 minutes or 13 minutes left now. Get that up for us. All right, let's take a look at the other game that took place before this one. Atlanta versus Chicago. Let me refresh this. This game is over now, pretty much. Yeah, 86-49 final score at the half. It was just an absolute beatdown. No Angel Reese, no Atkins for the Sky. So they struggled tremendously. Atlanta, just balanced scoring all around. Everybody got to eat tonight. Well, this afternoon. 8 points for Caldwell. You had 14 and 9 for Bree Jones, 15 from BG, 14 from Alicia Gray with 7 rebounds and 5 assists, 7 for Jordan Canada with 8 assists. Off the bench, you had Hillman with 10, 13 for Pow Pow, 2 for Coffee, 2 for Walker Kimbrough, and 1 point for Taylor Thierry. For Chicago, Liz Williams with 8. Yeah, none from Michaela Onyenwere. Camila Cardoso finishes with 8 points, 11 rebounds. Rachel Bannon with 6, 7 for Mo Jeff in her first start of the season. Maddie Westbeld, sister of Catherine Westbeld, that's playing with the Mercury, 2 points, 7 rebounds. Kia Nurse with 5, 4 for Van Lith, and 9 for Beck Allen. So that was the beatdown that took place in that one. Looking at the comments, Jay Smooth says, I'd rather them be down 4 than turning that 11-point lead into 20. Yeah, it was looking blowout-ish a little bit. Pam and Nags, what's up, Pam? Do you think Reeve had some say in McBride getting the All-Star game to replace the injured players? Others could have been chosen. I think they said the coaches, plural, choose the reserves. So it could be a possibility. Could be a possibility. I mean, it's still early. It's still early. Anything can and will happen. I did Atlanta money line. I was scared to do the 8.5. You should have, yeah. I was looking at that earlier too. I didn't. I should have done the spread too. But the money line was probably. What was the money line? It looked like a little crazy though. Thought it was high. Money line. Oh, it was just 450. Okay, wasn't too bad. All right, so we got about 10 minutes until halftime is over. Let's take a look at the schedule for the rest of the day. Yeah, the spread is a little scary sometimes. I can't lie. You right about that. Let's take a look at the schedule. If it would let me, scores and schedule. There we go. So we already have one game that went final. We have this game that we're doing now that's going on. And then we have upcoming at 3 p.m. We have Golden State versus Seattle. That game's at 3 p.m. Eastern. So in about the next hour or so from now. We may do that game depending on if this game ends on time or not, or how I feel. And then later on, we have Indiana at New York on CBS Sports Network. That game's on national TV. And then Vegas and Dallas, that game's on League Pass. So, interesting games. Interesting games the rest of today. And then this is the last, as if you're just joining, this is the last day of games before the All-Star break. So there will be no games tomorrow. And then we have All-Star Friday night with the 3-point contest and the skills challenge on Friday. And then Saturday is the actual All-Star game. We'll see if Satu Sabli plays in the All-Star game because she's been out injured with an ankle injury. They're gonna probably have to call a replacement for her as well. So we shall see about that. So there's a lot of things up in the air. Tudor says I'm still in shock. The Sun covered the spread last night. Oh, they played the Fever, right? Yeah. That was yeah, that was a shocker as well. Shocker as well. Let me see if there's anything that's been released. Only thing I see here is Caitlin Clark is questionable for tonight's game with the groin injury. That's the only thing I see that's been an update. I'm trying to see if I see any other news. In the NBA world, if you missed what I announced, Bradley Beal reached a buyout agreement with the Phoenix Suns, and he signed with the LA Clippers on a 2-year deal. So the new lineup will be Harden, Beal, Jones, Kawhi, and Zubac. That's pretty interesting. That's if Beal could stay healthy, though. Or any those guys can stay healthy. They always dealing with injury problems. Yep, yep, yep. All right, salute to everybody here in the chat. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe. I'm going to end this poll if you haven't. The majority is in favor of the Lynx here. Lynx are up 60. Lynx have the majority of the vote, 65%. Who do you think will win this game between the Mercury and the Lynx? And it looks like the Lynx are on top right now. Shane salute in the chat. Shane going for Phoenix. I didn't even get to cook up no bets today. It's all good. I was trying to, and then I was looking at the games, and just stuff wasn't appealing to me. So I just left it alone. Especially, I would have probably went Fee for 20 points. She got 2 points right now. I would have been all bad. Let me pull up the standings right quick so we could take a look. And see if there's any shifting that can happen before we go into the All-Star break. So this is the standings at the moment. So Phoenix currently the 1 seed. They'll go into the All-Star break as the 1 seed. Nobody can catch them. Sorry, the Minnesota as the 1 seed. They'll go into the All-Star break as the 1 seed. Nobody can catch them. Phoenix with 15-6. If they lose today and the Liberty win, they could flip-flop places for the 2 and 3 seed. Seattle 13-9. They can't move up. Atlanta. If Seattle loses, Atlanta could move up and head of Seattle. So we'll see what happens there. The Indiana Fever looks like they'll be stuck at this should be the 6th seed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6th seed with a 12-10 record. Even if they lose, they'll be fine. Mystics not playing today. They're stuck at 11-11. Golden State could tie the Mystics at 11-11. I don't know who has the tiebreaker there. And the Aces, they play later today as well. So we'll see what happens with them when they should beat Dallas, but you never know with that Las Vegas team. And then the bottom of the barrel teams are all where they are. Could have said you can always do money line for tonight. I don't know, man. Do I trust my team? That's the question. What's up, Beulah? I watched my Raptors almost lose last night in Summer League against the Nuggets. I really haven't been paying attention to Summer League, to be completely honest with you. Have not been paying attention to Summer League. But this is the standings, the current standings as of now. Current standings. As you can see, Minnesota 11-0 at home, the only team in the league to have that has not lost a home game. 11-0 at home. Right? So we're trickling down until halftime is over. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We are still at halftime if you are just joining. Still at halftime. Drink some water. Yeah, at the rate this game is going, this game is looks like it's gonna leak into the Valkyries Storm game, so I may not do it. So this will be probably the last watch along pre All-Star break. We'll be back next week. We have some time, so let's take out the schedule for next week so I can see what games I could possibly do. The season resumes on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, season resumes on Tuesday. Tuesday the 22nd. Oh, nah, I won't even be doing games on Tuesday. I'll probably be at the Fever New York game next Tuesday. Yeah, dude, I'm feeling a little better. I sound a little better. Still sound a little nasally, but appreciate the concern. Let's take a look at this. We still have some time. Zoom in. So this is the schedule for after All-Star break. The season resumes on July 22nd, next Tuesday. We have a load of games happening. LA versus Washington. Then you got Indiana and New York. You got Chicago, Minnesota, Atlanta, Vegas, and Dallas, Seattle. One game on Wednesday between Atlanta and Phoenix. So they have a back-to-back to come out of the break. Then on Thursday, you have the Sparks and the Sun. You have the Vegas and Indiana, and then Seattle and Chicago. And then the Friday, you have Phoenix at New York, Vegas at Minnesota, Dallas at Golden State. Those games are on Ion. So we won't be doing a watch along on Tuesday because I'll be at that game. Possibly Wednesday, we'll do this Atlanta Phoenix game. Thursday, we'll probably do one of the later games, probably the Seattle Chicago game, depending. We'll see. If I get home in time for Vegas, Indiana, we'll see about that as well. And then these are the games over the weekend. LA and New York, 7 p.m. Seattle at Washington, 7:30 p.m. All right, looks like the game is finally coming back. Halftime almost over here. Thanks for bearing with me for the halftime report. Make sure you leave a like if you like this type of content. Subscribe if you're new here. We do WNBA watch-alongs all season long, including playoffs. So I'm going to end this poll here. It looks like the Lynx are the considerable favorite according to the poll. Word, also join the Discord. I actually added the information to the description, so you can just click on the link in the description for the Discord link. We chat about the games in there. I talk about the games I'm at. When I'm at the Liberty games, I'll be chatting in there about that as well. Pam said, is it raining in New York? Saw on the news, yeah, it was raining 2 days ago. It was pouring here. A lot of places downtown in the city, New York City area, where it's getting flooded. Train stations were flooding, stuff like that. Thankfully, I didn't have to go downtown recently. I haven't been downtown in a bit since the last game I went to, which was last week sometime. So it was pretty bad down there, but thankfully it looks like everything is up and running back as normal as possible. All right, ball in play here, y'all. Ball in play with the Minnesota Lynx. Kayla McBride with the ball over to Napheesa. Napheesa finds Courtney Williams out to Alana Smith with 4 on the clock. Alana Smith catches in from 3. That's a good start. Good start for the third quarter. It's 40-33, 7-point game. I gotta fix this ticker up here. DeWanna Bonner on the response. Misses. Fight for the rebound. Matt gets the rebound over Smith. Gets it over to Thomas, top of the key. Second chance opportunity here. Gets it over to Bonner. Bonner down to Mac. Mac attacks Napheesa, playing with 3 fouls. Shoots a hook shot over her and scores. Ball over to Kayla McBride off the pass from Fee, and she gets fouled on the 3-point attempt. Kayla McBride will go to the line for 3 free throws here. Let me fix this. There we go. So we can see the score of that previous game. There we go. So K-Mac at the line for 3 free throws. She's on my fantasy team, so I can't complain. K-Mac first free throw rattles in. 41-35. Second free throw on the way for Kayla McBride is up. She cashes in. And she has 1 more. What's Culver's? People from the Midwest, what's Culver's? She hits the 3. They just threw an ad up there. I don't know what Culver's is. Look. I know it's like fast food, or is it a sit-down restaurant? Like, what is that? Ball and play with the Mercury. Alyssa Thomas hits a tough shot, fading away. It drops. It's 43-37. Kayla McBride, another three from deep. Misses this one. Rebound to Thomas. Thomas outlet to Bonner, running the lane, and scores. So it's 43-39. Pass from Williams to Napheesa. Napheesa on the roll gets fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Jay Smooth wanting Napheesa out of here. Cordero, so oh, it's a burger place. Got you. Thank you. I seen them putting like ice cream on the ad. I don't know what it was. So I guess it's one of the places that sell burgers, fries, and ice cream and stuff. Napheesa misses the first free throw. She was usually I think she's shooting like 95% from the line this season. It's something crazy. But Napheesa is the leading scorer in the league this season. Oh, they got good milkshakes? Got you. Okay. She knocks down the second. 44-39 is the score. Alyssa Thomas attacking Napheesa. Spin move into the lane. Throws it out to Sammy. Sammy comes off the screen going left. Into the paint. Throws it out to Bonner. Bonner pump fakes. Steps in for a long two. And she knocks it in. DeWanna Bonner knocks down the long two. And then looks at the Lynx bench there. Chemo was good. This game looks like a better game. Yeah, it was looking shaky early. It was 21-10. But the Mercury have done work to come back. Williams for three. Too strong. Westbeld with the rebound. 3-point game. Another outlet down to Bonner. She couldn't snag it in. She tried to Randy Moss it. One hand snag, but it goes right out of her reach. Ball and play here with the Lynx. Courtney Williams over to Alana Smith. Looks left over to Bridget Carlton. Carlton tries to get into the paint. Steps back. Takes a contested three. Misses. Fight for the rebound. Matt gets it. Over to Thomas. Thomas gets on the run here. Thomas gets downhill. Attacks Fee. And they say it wasn't a foul or a jump ball. It's a steal. Courtney Williams on the run. Williams stops. Feeds it to Napheesa. Napheesa with the layup. So stops a layup on one end, gets a layup on the other. Alyssa Thomas, hand off to Whitcomb. Whitcomb over to Westbeld. Westbeld back to Thomas. Thomas comes off the screen, tries to split through defenders, but they call a foul on a reach-in. Man, Jay Smooth. Listen, man, as long as we admit our biases, that's all that matters. Beal says, will DeWanna Bonner get booed if when she returns to Indy? Yeah, she will. So they'll boo her. Because she's playing like very well right now. She's playing really good for the Mercury, and then the Indiana fans will feel aggrieved, saying, "Oh, how come she didn't play like that for us?" Westbell with the ball for the Mercury, out to Bonner. Bonner at the half court line. Bonner with 4 on the clock. Bonner drives, steps. That step through move, floater in the paint is off. Rebound to McBride. McBride outlet to Alana Smith. She couldn't snag it in. They keep trying. Everybody keeps trying these outlet passes, and they just can't pull them in. Ball and play here with the Fever. Let's set the Fever. The Mercury. Alyssa Thomas crosses half court. 5-point game. 46-41. Bonner over to Westbeld in the corner three. She hits the top corner of the backboard. Yikes. Rebound to the Lynx. Williams crossover on Williams, drops it off to Fee. Fee rolls and scores. No foul call. She scores though. That Courtney Williams, Napheesa Collier pick and roll is something to be scared of if you're a Mercury fan. Williams out to Westbell. Westbell for three, top of the key this time, misses again. Williams with the rebound. Courtney Williams, that is. Over to Bridget Carlton to McBride in the left corner for three. Rolls around, can't get it to go. Wide open and misses. Rebound to Mack and timeout by Nate Tibbetts of the Mercury. 7-point game here. 5:46 to go in the third quarter. Let's take a look at the box score. Refresh. There it is. 48-41. 48-41. 5:46 to go here in the third quarter. Lynx outscoring the Mercury 11-8 in the quarter. If you're looking at the live odds, according to BetMGM, Lynx are 9.5-point favorites at the moment. Over under was 158 to start the game. It's now at 151.5. For Phoenix, Alyssa Thomas with 8.7 assists, 4 rebounds. 4 for Natasha Mack with 8 rebounds, 11 for Dawana Bonner, 9 for Sammy Whitcomb on 2 made threes. Kit Laxa with 2, Kiana Williams with 2, 5 for Kalani Brown. They're shooting 3 for 13 from 3, so 3-point range hasn't been their thing in this one. Minnesota, you got Bridget Carlton with 2, 7 for Napheesa, 5 for Alana Smith, 15 for K-Mac to lead all scorers, and 7 for Courtney Williams. 6 for Jess Shepard off the bench, 2 for Heidemann, Klondikova, and Miller. Beulah said, I watched the Fever vs. Sun game last night. Yeah, we were watching that here on the channel last night as well. Yeah, there were a couple calls there, but the Fever did get a majority of the foul calls overall. I think they shot like 20-something free throws compared to about 12 or 13 for the Sun. But there were a couple calls there that could have went in favor of the Fever. And same with the Sun. We're in a little bit of a break right now. Timeout. Jason said I had money on the Sun. How could I forget? I hope you had money on the spread and not the money line. Still in the timeout here. Salute to everybody joining. Shane said Phoenix missing too many threes, playing no defense. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep. But it's still a winnable game here. Yeah, that fourth quarter was a little crazy last night. It was just free throws after free throw. All right, game starting back up here. Ball with the Phoenix Mercury. Whitcomb over to Thomas. Thomas attacks Fee. Double clutches. Tries to go glass. Can't get it. Napheesa with the rebound. Ball handoff to Bridget. Bridget gets cut off by Thomas. Over to Alana Smith. Wide open for 3. A. Smith. Land Smith knocks it down from the left wing and cashes in. Gets it to a 10-point game. Double-digit lead for the first time in a while here. Sammy Whitcomb comes off the curl, gets downhill, double clutches, misses the layup, fight for the rebound. Williams comes away with it. Courtney Williams bounce pass to Bridget, back to Kayla, back to Bridget for 3. Same result. Bridget knocks down the 3. The same spot Alana Smith just knocked it down, and it's 54-41. Alana Smith with the ball. Pass gets deflected out of bounds and stays with the Mercury here. Jason said WNBA is turning into free throws and fouls. That's what people want to see, though. I shouldn't say that's what people want to see. People want to see more foul calls called. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Comes off the screen. Alyssa Thomas spin move into the paint. Bounce pass out to Kiana Williams. Top of the key 3. And they needed it. Kiana Williams just re-signed on a hardship. And she knocks down the top of the key 3. 54-44. Gets it back to a 10-point game here. Land Smith over to K-Mac. K-Mac comes off that screen. Back to Alana Smith. Another 3 for Smith. Oh, that's 3 threes in a row for the Minnesota Lynx. Alana Smith with 2 threes in this quarter. Land Smith now. She's up to 11 points here on 3 made threes. She's 3 for 3 from 3. Oh, there, no whistle there. I mean, they giving Fee a little bit of a gracious whistle here. Alyssa Thomas falls to the ground. They don't call a foul on Fee. Yeah, Napheesa got away with a foul call. I think the foul call was before that. Alyssa Thomas falls on the floor. Uh-oh. Yeah, Fee getting away with a little bit there. Lance Smith with the ball. Now they're playing her up close. They don't want her to get. She's hit 3 for 3 from 3. Kayla McBride comes off the screen. McBride drop pass to Lance Smith, gets knocked out of bounds by Natasha Mack. It'll be Phoenix Minnesota ball to inbound under their basket here. Kayla McBride gets Courtney Williams off the inbound, tries to drop it off, and Sammy Whitcomb gets the steal. Kiana Williams on the outlet from Whitcomb. 3, that's back-to-back threes for Kiana Williams. And she gets it back to a 10-point game again. Hand off to Bridget. Bridget over to Courtney Williams, right side of the floor. Back to Bridget, left side of the floor. Bridget tries to attack middle of the paint, attacks, double clutches on the layup. Good defense by Laxa. Rebound to the Mercury. Alyssa Thomas, hand off to Whitcomb. Whitcomb, jump pass to Thomas. Back to Whitcomb. Whitcomb, drop pass on the roll to Thomas, and she hits the little floater from the elbow. Back to single digits here. 57-49. Alyssa Thomas up to 10 points here. Williams off the stagger screen over to Atlanta. Over to Bridget. Bridget comes off the screen. Bridget gets down the middle of the floor. Out to K-Mac. K-Mac with 10 on the clock. Gets the screen. K-Mac, snatch back dribble. A little hezzy move. Whitcomb on her tight. K-Mac gets by her. Goes off glass and scores. Was dancing on Sammy there. And scores. Kayla McBride up to 17 now. Sammy Whitcomb finds the rolling Mac. Mac goes off balance. Gets fouled there by Alana Smith. Natasha Mack will go to the line for 2 free throws. That was a nice move by Kayla McBride. She was a little hey, tween, blow by baseline and beats the help side defender, goes glass. $59-49. Mack at the line for 2 free throws. First one is up and too strong. Smith and Williams go to the bench. Shepard and Miller check in for the Lynx, as well as Heidemann. Kayla McBride goes to the bench as well. Mack at the line. Second free throw is up and misses again. Diamond Miller gets the rebound. 59-49. Under 2.5 to go here in the third. Lynx trying to go into the All-Star break with a 12-0 home record. Only undefeated team at home in the league. Shepard tries to entry pass to Diamond Miller, gets stolen. Kit Laxa with the ball. Laxa stops at the free throw line. Too strong on the jumper. Rebound to Heidemann. Heidemann gets the screen from Fee going left. Heidemann right side to Diamond Miller. They're trying to post up. They think better of it. Miller gets it over to Shepard. Over to Heidemann. Heidemann gets cut off. Gets a rescreen from Shepard into the paint. Tries to bounce pass it. They call a kick ball on the bounce pass. So the shot clock will reset to 14. 1:50 to go in the third. Inbound, Heidemann gets it into Napheesa. Top of the key here. Left side to Shepard, back to Bridget. Bridget attacks left, searches out the body for Kalani Brown and gets blocked. 7 on the shot clock. Beulah, no, I won't be streaming that game. I have to do something at 7 p.m., so I won't be able to stream it. Ball inbound to Napheesa. Napheesa with 5 on the clock gets into the paint, attacks, and misses completely. Kat Westbell with the rebound. Bodies on the floor in the backcourt. Kat Westbell gets it over to Bonner. Back to Kat. Kat pump fakes for 3, tries to attack. Over to Laxa. Now Thomas has the top of the key with 10 on the clock. Thomas attacks right, attacks Heidemann, goes off glass, can't get it. Rebound goes to Bridget. 10-point game here. Approaching a minute to go in the third. Heidemann Miller with the ball. Miller gets into the paint, spins, one leg fall away in the paint, short. Rebound finds its way to Bonner. She gets it to Thomas. 10-point lead here, 59-49, under a minute to go here. Thomas has Fee in her sights, gets it down to Westbell. Westbell goes up, forces the shot, can't get it. Rebound to Shepard. Shepard over to Heidemann. Heidemann over to Bridget. Left side to Fee. Fee loads up for a corner three. Napheesa knocks down the corner three. That should be her first three of the game. Napheesa up to 10 points here. 13-point game. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Alyssa Thomas. Hand off to Bonner. Bonner tries to enter back with a three. She misses. Shepard with the rebound. Shot clock is off here. 20 seconds to go in the third. Lynx have opened up the quarter here behind the three-point shooting. Biggest lead of the game. Yeah, Heidemann, top of the key with 5 on the clock. Heidemann in and out into the paint. Goes baseline. Wide open. She goes off glass. Bounces around Shepard. Tip is up. At the buzzer is good. And it was all Minnesota in that quarter. They outscored the Mercury 27-16. They have the lead at 64-49 going into the fourth and final quarter before the All-Star break. Let's take a look at the box score. 64-49 at the end of the third. As I said, 27-16 in that third. You got Phoenix. You got Alyssa Thomas with 10 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. Kat Westbell, none. You got 4 for Tosh Mack, 11 for Dewana Bonner, 9 for Sammy Whitcomb. Laxa with 2, 8 for Kiana Williams off the bench, 5 for Kalani Brown. They're shooting 5 for 16 from 3. You got Minnesota now. Bridget Carlton with 5 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Napheesa with 10. You got 11 for Alana Smith. You got 17 for Kayla McBride, leading all scorers. 7 for Courtney Williams with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Jess Shepard with 8 and 7. 2 for Heidemann, Klunikova, and Miller. They're shooting 8 for 17, 47% from 3, which gave them the big lead there in the third quarter. They're playing some soundtrack from a movie. I don't know what movie this is. They got adults singing it too. Interesting. All right, 1 quarter to go here, people. 1 quarter to go. Majority said Lynx. I was with that majority. I said Lynx. Let's see if the Mercury can make something of it. They are playing shorthanded. Only 8 available players. So maybe fatigue is a factor here. Salute to everybody who tuned in for the watch along. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you leave a like on the stream. Subscribe if you are new here. We do watch alongs all season long. We won't be doing I think this game, I don't know if I'll do the one right after this one. I am a little hungry, so I'm probably gonna get something to eat. But I will be back sometime next after the All-Star break. Make sure you follow the Discord and everything. Join the Discord. We'll be chatting in there about all hoop stuff. All right, broadcast is coming back now. Fourth quarter. Oh, dropped my phone. Fourth quarter is about to start. Buelow says, Jay, will JJ play after the All-Star break? I mean, that's what she said in the practice press conference yesterday. Ball and play here with the Mercury. Sammy Whitcomb into the paint, drop past to Kalani Brown, attacks Klunikova and misses. Rebound to the Mercury. Jessica Shepard running the floor, goes down the court, over to Diamond Miller in the corner. Diamond Miller gets the ball tipped from behind, and jump ball here between Laxa and Miller. So jump ball here. 9:35 to go. Laxa versus Miller on the jump ball. It's up. Miller tips it, but tips it right out of bounds. Ball in play here with the Mercury. So it's Whitcomb, Williams, Brown, Laxa, and Bonner on the court for the Mercury. Brown with the ball. Nowhere to go with it. Gets it over to Laxa. Gets the ball deflected. Kalani picks it back up. Kalani spins off with wide open, attacks, and scores. So great defense, but unfortunate there for the Lynx. Kalani Brown with the layup. She's up to 7 points and 9 boards. 51-64. Heidemann with the ball. Heidemann off the screen going left. In and out dribble. Yes, it goes baseline. Corner to Miller. Miller, corner three. Short. Rebound to Bonner. Bonner, outlet to Sammy Whitcomb. Right side of the floor. Sammy wants a screen. Comes up the screen going left. Sammy, foul line. Jump shot is up. Too strong. Rebound to Klundakova. Gets it over to McBride, the game's leading scorer. Kayla McBride over to Heidemann. Heidemann comes off the screen going left. Finds Shepard on the baseline. Too strong. Tip rebound. Finds its way to Laxa. Laxa over to Kiana Williams. Leading score. Tied for leading scorer off the bench. She gets downhill. Tries to jump past to Kalani Brown. Foul line jump shot is good. Kalani Brown. And she cuts the lead to 11 here. Kalani Brown with 9 points and 9 boards now. Over to K-Mac. K-Mac comes off that screen. Fumbles it a bit. Wants a rescreen. Going to her right. Pocket pass to Shepard. They said the foul happened on the floor. No continuation there. We're having some substitutions here. Waiting to see who the subs are. Links to inbound. Oh, that's a foul. What is happening? That looked like a foul on Alyssa Thomas. She was pulling Jessica Shepard's jersey. But I think the refs are going to look at this to see if, I think the refs had disagreeing calls here. So they're trying to see if she got it. Yeah, I think it was the foul that what they're reviewing. Alyssa Thomas was pulling Jessica Shepard's jersey. I saw that on the broadcast, so that is a foul. So I guess they're looking to see if the foul was called before the 5 second. That was a quick review, one of their quickest reviews. Away from the play foul, that should be a foul shot and the ball. Man, she pulled her jersey so much you could see what type of draws the lady had on. What's going on out there? Alyssa, you're too handsy. So it's a one-shot technical, essentially, on an away from the play foul, or when the ball's being inbounded if it's not in play. So Kayla McBride at the foul line. She knocks down the free throw. 65-53. And now the Lynx will inbound again. Diamond Miller to inbound this time. Miller gets it in to Heidemann. Heidemann gets into the middle of the paint, hangs in the air, gets fouled. And one, Napheesa Collier. 67-53. Heidemann at the line for the three-point play. Short. And Kalani Brown gets her 10th rebound. So she's 1 point away from a double-double off the bench here. Sammy Whitcomb with the ball. Over to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas gets downhill, stops, up and under, and scores on Klondikova. Ball in play with the Lynx. Kayla McBride. McBride comes off the screen. A stagger screen here. Up top to Klondikova. She pulls up for three, and she hits a three. Top of the key three for Klondikova. So she was like, oh, you want to catch me with the up and under? Let me dot your eye with this three here. And we have a foul here by Diamond Miller. Chasing Kit Laxa on the screen. Ball in play here with the Lynx. With the Mercury. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Does she have any more fourth quarter heroics? Out to Kalani Brown. She tries to answer, and she misses. Save to Kalani. She steps through up and under, and there's the double-double. So 11 points and 10 rebounds for Kalani Brown off the bench. Kayla McBride with the ball. 70-57. K-Mac comes off the screen, shoots a quick three. Too strong. Klondikova gets the offensive rebound, smokes the layup. Tip rebound to Sammy Whitcomb. Whitcomb over to Williams. Back to Whitcomb. Whitcomb for three. Misses the wide open one. K-Mac gets the rebound. McBride tries to get it down to Klondikova. It's a foul on Whitcomb. Chris says need two more from McBride. We'll see. It's still close enough where they got to keep her in the game. And we have a timeout on the floor here. Oh, no, it's not a timeout. It's just a mass substitutions. Is that five? Oh, snap. What did I just do? Oh, no. There we go. I'm like, what did I just do? I just shrank my... How is that even? Oh, I don't have it locked. Got to lock that. Ball in play here with the... And Courtney Williams knocks down the three, turns around and shoots the three in Kalia Copper's face. Laxa with the miss, rebound to the Lynx. They said Courtney Williams is one of the top trash talkers in the leagues. So was Alyssa Thomas. You have a away from the play foul on a moving screen. 73-57. They said Alyssa Thomas is number one and Courtney Williams is number two. Courtney Williams hits the three and turns around and blows her a kiss from three. Timeout on the floor, 73-57, 5:48 to go in this game. It's been all Minnesota in this second half. Let's take a look at the box score. 73-57. If you're feeling bold, go Mercury plus 1600 on the money line. Don't do that. Do not do that. I was just joking. Alyssa Thomas, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Dewana still with 11. Kalani Brown with the 11 points and 10 rebounds off the bench. Salute to her. Minnesota, you got 4 of their 5 starters in double figures. You got 10 from Napheesa with 5 rebounds. It's crazy. She hasn't gotten another foul since she got the 3 fouls in the first half. 11 for Alana Smith, 18 for Kayla McBride, 10 for Courtney Williams with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. Bench, you got Jess Shepard with 8, 4 for Heidemann, 5 for Klondikova, 2 for Diamond Miller. What's up, Mason? I think first time I seen you in the chat, if I remember. Karma for Dewana. What was I gonna say? This is the second of 5 games happening in the W today. We have 3 more games today. I don't think I'll be doing the rest of these games. I was thinking about doing the next game between the Valkyries and the Storm, but don't think I'm gonna do it. A little hungry, so I'm gonna get up and get some food after this one. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you leave a like on the stream, subscribe if you are new here. This is the last day of games before the All-Star break. Last day of games before the All-Star break. Right, broadcast is restarting now. Broadcast is restarting. Okay, ball in play here. Alyssa Thomas with the ball, guarded by feet tightly. Gets it over to Kiana Williams. Kiana Williams drives into the paint. Scoop shot is off. Natasha Mack with the tip and in. So it's 73-59. The Lynx are in the bonus, so anytime they get fouled the rest of the way, it's free throws. Collier calling out what she wants on the play here. Gets the screen from Williams. Gets the switch. Napheesa Heidemann with the ball. 5 on the shot clock. Heidemann guarded by Laxa. Crossover. Dancer with the ball. Step back. Gets blocked by Laxa, and it's a shot clock violation. The tip does not count. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Ball over to Laxa. Laxa spins off. Dribbles into traffic. Dribbles back out. Gets it over to Mack. Mack looks to attack. Gets to Thomas. Thomas drives. Kicks out to Williams. Williams gets tripped up on the pass. Phoenix to inbound. Bonner gets it into Thomas. A little under 5 minutes to go here. Thomas comes off the screen, gets downhill, spin move into the paint, throws it out to Williams. Williams for 3, short. Matt gets another rebound. Matt gets it over to Laxa. Laxa for 3, and she buries a wide open 3 from the right wing. 73-62. It's an 11-point game. Not over yet. Williams gets fouled on the jumper, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. This is our first free throws of the game. Wow, that's crazy. The Courtney Williams at the line, shooting 2 free throws. Courtney Williams will be a part of the skills challenge and the All-Star game as she hits the first. And she hits the second. 75-62 is the score. Approaching 4 minutes to go here. Alyssa Thomas with the ball. Spin move. Loses the ball. Max saves it. Back to Alyssa. Alyssa Thomas gets around Fee. Throws it out to Bonner. Bonner gets stripped by Williams, and it goes out of bounds. Lynx with the solid defense. Ball to the Lynx. Dawana Bonner to the bench here. Ball in play with the Lynx. 75-62. Under 4 minutes to go here. Napheesa over to K-Mac. K-Mac has checked back in. Over to... Who's this? Bridget Carlton into the paint. Off balance midi. Air ball. Alana Smith rebound. Misses. Rebound to Mac. Critical. Salute. What's going on? Hola. Ball in play. Oh, Alana Smith with a big block on Westbell. Gets it to Laxa in the corner, but she misses. Williams with the rebound. Alana Smith, second in the league in blocks per game. Williams gets it over to Smith. Down to Fee. Fee in the post against Thomas. Out to Bridget. Bridget, left-hand drive. Steps back. Long midi. Off. Alana Smith with the offensive board. Out to Kayla McBride. Under 3 minutes to go here. Kayla McBride off the screen. Over to Napheesa. Napheesa gets the ball almost stolen. Bridget picks it up. 5 on the clock. Bridget out to Alana Smith for 3. She had to rush it and misses. That was her first miss from 3 in the game. Ball up to Kiana Williams. Shoots it, misses. Kayla McBride with the rebound. We're at the 2:30 mark, and we have a timeout called. 13-point game, 75-62. 2:35 to go in this one. Take a look. 75-62 is the score. Mercury outscoring Minnesota 13-11 in the quarter. AO says, I just need Mercury to not lose by 10. So you need less than 10 or more than 10? Or is it one of those that you could choose what the exact score or exact deficit will be or whatever? Need Mercury to not lose by 16. Man. Game could be over unless Lynx pull a storm. Yeah, I don't think they will. Alyssa Thomas don't got that same fiance bounce that she had when DeWanna Bonner first came back. That first game where she went crazy in that fourth quarter, DeWanna Bonner, that was her first game back with the Mercury. She had her family back. She was on cloud 9. I don't see that happening again today. I'm scrolling through the scores on the screen so you guys can take a look at the box scores if you have any player props still in the weights here. We're in a timeout right now. We are in a timeout. Kayla McBride, player of the game, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. All right. Players are walking back onto the floor now. Yeah, I know you need them 2 points. Nah, why this girl Maria Klundakova came in here with like a sparkle? It looked like something you would wear in your house. I'm weak. I am weak. Ball in play here. Turnover by the Lynx though. She literally like she came out of bed in some sparkle, like I don't even know how to describe it. Ball in play here with the Mercury. Anyways, Mac with the ball. Mac handoff to Westbell over to Williams. Williams on the drive out to Westbell. Westbell for 3, and Westbell knocks down the 3. So it's a 10-point game. 65-75. Under approaching 2 minutes to go here. Klundakova out to K-Mac. K-Mac gets to clear out. K-Mac into the paint, drops it off to Klundakova. Floater is up and scores. And then Nate Tibbetts calls a timeout again. Jeez. So it's 77-65. Kayla McBride on the assist to Klundakova. She finishes the left-hand floater. So we're in a timeout here. We are in a timeout. 77-65, 150. Oh, my clock is still running. My bad, y'all. 154 to go in this one. I thought I paused it. Let me fix my clock right quick. Bear with me. There we go. So the Lynx have 4 representatives for the All-Star game. Coach Reeve is the coach. And then you have Napheesa, Courtney Williams, and Kayla McBride. All right, ball in play here with the Mercury. 150 to go. Kiana Williams comes off the screen going left. Off-balance floater gets fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Kiana Williams' first free throw is up and good. 11-point game. And she misses the second fight for the rebound. Kalani Brown gets it, falls out of bounds. Diamond Miller has it. 77-66. Ball over to Diamond Miller. They have numbers if they want it. It looks like, the rookie Anastasia Olari Kosu has checked in. Jessica Shepard with the ball. Shepard out to Kosu. Kosu wide open for 3. Oh, she misses. Tries to save it, and it goes out of bounds. $121 to go. Ball in play here with the Merc. So I think the Lynx have cleared their bench. Yep. So no, I don't think you will get that Kayla McBride 20, unfortunately. The starters are all out. Kat Westbell for 3, misses. Fight for the rebound. Finds its way to Kleondakova. And Heidemann with the ball. Nah, no starters are in for the Minnesota Lynx. Sandra, you're at the game? Salute, salute. If you're a Lynx fan, hopefully it looks like you guys got a good win. Oh, the Kosu. Kosu on the attack and scores. I like Kosu. The young rookie out of Russia. Finishes, and it's 79-66. Kiana Williams with the response from 3, and it bounces off the rim, top of the backboard, out of bounds. Look at Kosu. I like that, her athleticism. Ball in play here. Shepard with the ball over to Miller. Miller, top of the key. Miller gets to the elbow. Right elbow jump shot is up and misses. Fight for the rebound. Kiana Williams has it. Gets it over to Westbeld. Westbeld almost loses the ball. She does, and Kosu picks it up. And then Kosu loses it. 10 seconds to go here. So it looks like a 13 is the deficit. That's going to be it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. The Lynx win the season series 3-1 versus the Mercury. They win this game 79-66. They go 12-0 at home. They go into the All-Star break with a 20-4 record. Wow. A 20-4 record. The Mercury dropped to 15-7. That's crazy. Let's take a quick look at the box score here. 79-66 is the final score there. Mercury outscored the Lynx 17-15 in the fourth, but it didn't matter. Phoenix, you got Alyssa Thomas with 12 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. Kat Westbell with 3, 6 for Tosh Mack. Oh, damn. They just dubbed me right quick. There we go. 11 for Dawana, 9 for Sammy Whitcomb. Kit likes it with 5, 9 for Kiana Williams, 11 and 11 for Kalani Brown. You got Bridget Carlton for the Minnesota Lynx with 5, Napheesa with 10 and 5, Alana Smith with 11, Kayla McBride with 18, and Courtney Williams with 12, 7, and 5 assists. Heidemann with 4, 8 for Shepard, 7 for Klundakova, Diamond Miller, and Kosu. And that's the game. That is the game. All right, y'all. That is it from me. I'm not doing this second game. That game's about to start now on League Pass between the Golden State Valkyries and the Seattle Storm. If you want to chat about it, I will be in the Discord, but I will not be streaming it. Discord is in the description. You can just click and join. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Enjoy the All-Star break. I don't think I'll see you guys until after it. So I'll see you guys next Wednesday probably, because Tuesday I'll be at the Fever Liberty game. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. Stay safe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Salute.